There's no greater feeling than when a trading idea and a strategy plan falls right into your lap. Today we got CLVR going on a nice bounce, and recently this stock went on a nice run, starting at $1.25 way back here 3 days ago, running all the way up to a high of $4.20. You got to put the work in, study these charts, break them down, and you yourself, you have to visually see where opportunity started, ended, bounces, highs. You got to put together the pieces and connect the dots, pinpoint where the opportunity was. Most people wait too long for stocks to start running, then they want to jump in on it and join the crowd. I tell you guys all the time, you want to be the 10%. You want to think differently than everybody else. The 10% is the smart money. So with CLVR, you got to scroll out on this chart. We're going to blow it up. Recently, it went on a nice run. We're going to draw this up. We're going to use Epic Pen, this little handy tool I have. Starting right here, this X, we're at about $1.25. Day one, we got a nice run up here to start things off, running up to $2 a share. Practically no volume at all. Day two, now it's on everybody's radar with all this volume here. Get a nice resting day. When you look at it, all this stock really did was just consolidate and rest right there at $2. It held most of its gains, which is good. It's taking a rest. Think of stocks as if they're people. They're going to want to move, rest, then they're going to want to move, rest, move and rest. We consolidate at that $2. Power hour comes along. This gets an epic run up from 2 all the way up to $4.20 up here to a high. That's a good run for a penny stock. After we top out at 420s up there, this stock got just beat down non-stop. No momentum or bounce whatsoever. Just, you can connect all the trend lines on this. This stock got drilled down. Bearish momentum you could see was in it clear as day. No upward bounce at all. Like somebody was pressing their thumb down on it, huh? So you got to tell yourself, from $4.20, this stock got pulled back all the way to $2. So it pulled back $2 a share non-stop. $2, over $2. Once we bottom out, the stock starts to flatline at $2. And then the next morning pre-market, we're getting some bullish activity in it. That should have been your indicator right there to pay attention to this stock. And all you would be looking for is a bounce to the upside. You also want to look at stocks as if they're either a bouncy ball or a basketball. You're going to see a lot of stock charts. Stocks are going to want to make upswings, downswings, and like putter out and make like these wedges. That's why triangles and wedges are a real popular pattern that traders like to look out for. We see triangles, wedges all the time. And all it ultimately is, stock gets a big run up and then it falls and it's just bouncing like that basketball and puttering out. And then that's when you get to the end of the pattern. And from there, I look at patterns. They're, no matter if they're a bullish continuation pattern, bearish continuation pattern, or just a pattern in general, I look at all patterns. They're a 50-50. We do not truly know which way the stock wants to go. So it's best to wait for confirmation of the pattern breakout. And there are ways to do that. But back here with CLVR, we get a nice pop here pre-market. We get a nice tight pullback to that $2. And what you'd be looking at, we already established our low right here. And we're already perking up pre-market. We're getting a nice tight pullback. So you would be telling yourself, hey, if we can hold up at this $2 level here, we could run back up to this level up here, which is $2.50, and then $3 up here. How did I get $3 as a a level of interest. It's just a simple measurement tool. You guys have seen me use Fibonacci retracements before. Think of it as a ruler. And all we're doing as traders, we're measuring up moves and down moves, retracements. That's all we're doing. So you can get creative with it. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, you want to look at technical analysis as if it's an art form. Have fun with it. Experiment with it. And that, if you put the work in and you study these charts, you're going back and you're breaking it all down, candle by candle, day by day. You're putting in all of that work that nobody wants to put in. This is where you're going to make your money down the road, you guys. So you got to put that work in. Stop relying on other people to tell you when to buy and when to sell. Make your own money. There's no greater feeling than making your own money from ideas that you're spotting in the stock market. The stock market has unlimited opportunity. Unlimited. Every day we see opportunity out here. So all you're doing with the Fibonacci is you're measuring upswings, downswings. You're measuring lows to highs. You can really measure from anywhere. Some people would measure from the start all the way up to the high. Some people would measure, in this instance, from that $2 low consolidation up to the high and see how far it pulls back. But in this case, I'm gonna measure simply from the high up here at 420 all the way down to the low down there at $1.90. And we know that 50% and that 61.8, the golden ratio, those are key levels to look out for in Fibonacci. There's your 50% right there. That's at $3. And then your golden ratio is at 330. These are levels that a lot of traders and investors like to look out for. Keep in mind, 50% or 50 is not in the Fibonacci sequence, but it makes sense to add it into the sequence because it's just common sense to put 50% if you're measuring a move from 0% to 100%. It's the halfway mark. So it just makes sense to put it in with the Fibonacci retracement. And a lot of times you'll notice stocks, if you measure a move, stocks like to pull back on average 50%, pull back half of its gains, and then continue to push on up. It's the simplicity of things, you guys. You hear other educators and gurus out there preach to you all the time. The KISS method. Keep it simple. All the answers are right in front of you. All you really need is price action, your knowledge of candlesticks, volume. Your little technical analysis is easy. Anybody can learn it and pick it up. The hardest part is trusting yourself, mastering your craft, and that all comes from the work that you put in. If you're not studying charts and breaking them down, you should be asking yourself, after a stock makes a move like this, you should be asking yourself, how did it get from here all the way up to here? Well, go back, zoom in, and put it all together. Every stock is going to have a story to tell. And it's up to you to put that story together, you guys. It's up to you. Every stock has a story, and you put it together to spot the opportunity. How did it set up and run? And then you're preparing yourself for when these moves happen again, and then you'll be able to react to the situation. And then real quickly, as a bonus to add on to this, and with measuring with Fibonacci, you see we measured from the high down to the low right here. Now what you could do today, now that it's got a good upswing in it, get out your Fibonacci tool, measure from today's low all the way up to today's high right here. You're measuring the swing. That's what the whole point in the Fibonacci tool is. You're measuring the swings up and down. You're measuring moves. That's what you're doing. So in this case, this morning, we got a good rip right here, didn't we? So why not measure this move and then look at as the stock pulls back to every one of these Fibonacci levels. We could pull back 50% to around that 225, about right there. And that's where VWAP is at too. So a nice healthy pullback on this, and then put it together as well, you guys. You see how volume is retracing and it's stair stepping down? How many times have you seen volume stair step down like that and then get a volume and the stock rip up or something? It's all about aligning everything and putting it together. So we're getting a nice tight pullback. Keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. And also with using Fibonacci, you're training your eyes to visualize how these stocks like to move up and down and through levels. I'm Mr. Wolf. Thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in more videos, head into my channel, click on the video library, or head on over to the playlist section. I have a lot of education packed in there for you guys. Subscribe to the channel, check it out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.